How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I just want to say I love Tactics Ogre. I think it's one of the greatest games ever made. Probably next to Final Fantasy Tactics as the best, tactical strategy RPG of the genre. But there is one major flaw the game has, and I really wish it didn't. It existed in the PSP version as well. And, it's never going to get fixed, and I'm used to it now. But I thought, for those of you that are unaware or don't know, if you know this, you might make your builds a little bit better and, not do silly mistakes because you're thinking you're getting something you're not. So what am I talking about? Well, to put it real quick, anything you put in your offhand or your left hand for most characters, a weapon, any weapon you put there, you don't gain anything from that, any stats or anything. So hold up, you think I'm crazy, right? You're like, what do you mean? I equip another one and it works. Yes, it does show stats. So, I want to dual wield daggers here on my ranger, and you can see clearly in blue that I get, I get a huge attack on my offhand that goes up by 455. I get 1 extra vit, 1 dex, 1 avoidance, or 2 avoidance. I get all these stats. Well, I'm not getting those. I'm not getting those at all. So basically, weapons of any type, equipped in the offhand or the left hand, they do not apply their attack or defense stat, their physical, their elemental, their racial bonus, or base stats, which would be strength, vitality, dex, agility, and, to damage calculations. They don't apply any of that to damage. None of that is going towards the damage you're dealing. So if you think equipping an offhand weapon is increasing your overall damage output, it's not. Now, battle abilities, that you get, like counterattack and all that stuff, those do work. So battle abilities on offhand weapons will be granted when you equip them. So a lot of people, even me before I knew this, or I thought this was actually changed. I remember it in the PSP version, and I thought it was changed in this version, but I learned quite a few months ago it wasn't. I was making silly builds with doing just stuff that doesn't matter. Now, do keep in mind, this is with weapons. If you equip a shield, you will gain the properties of the shield entirely. You will gain everything the shield has. So, it's not like offhand is useless and has no value, but unless you're putting a shield there, you're not getting any of the stats. Even though the game literally shows you that you are. The game literally says, hey, you're getting these stats. Which is why two-handed weapons are a little bit better in some situations, I guess, depending on what you're doing, than one-handed. Because in two-handed, you're getting all the stats it shows you. Whereas, one-handed, you're not. So that's why it's pretty common for, mages and other classes to use a shield. Like, I made the mistake here on my warlock. I had 2 books on him at one point because I was under the impression, like I said, this was a while ago, and I was under the impression that he was okay, and that he wasn't losing any stats. I had 2 of these books, and I was like, yeah, man, the extra int, he's going to do more damage, the more mine, the more resistance, this is huge, and not realizing I wasn't getting any of those stats. Whereas, like I said, the shield, you're getting them. And then make sure you don't swap it either like that. Don't put the book, you don't want the shield in your main hand or something. I don't know why you would do that, but don't do that. But anyway, this is just kind of a public service announcement, or letting people know about this issue the game has. I guess it's a feature. I don't know if it's a bug or a glitch, because if it really was, I don't think it would have stayed in the PSP and stayed in this version. My only problem is it shows you you're gaining stats. At the end of the day, I don't really care, because I've played this game for so many, hundreds of hours, that I don't care about it. I've learned to adapt and deal with it. But I wish it didn't show the stat gains. I wish it didn't show if I equipped, can I throw something on him? If that's two-handed. Well, anyway, here we go, this. I wish it didn't show these stat changes, like, if I remove the shield, look what I get. I get extra mine, and then I put it on and it shows it, and then it shows it coming off if I remove it. That's the only real problem I have, is it misinforms the player and makes you think you're gaining something when you're not. A lot of something, too. I'm sure a lot of people that might be playing the game now, or even new players that never played the PSP version, they're not aware of this. So I just wanted to make people aware, let people know. I talked about it a while ago, 4 or 5 months ago when I found out, and I just wanted to talk about it again to let people know that offhand weapons don't give you any stats. They do give you battle abilities, but no stats. So just just a reminder, just helpful for people. It is kind of a major flaw and it does annoy me, but like I said, I've dealt with it. I'm over it. It's okay. But I just wish it didn't misinform you. Like, if it's going to do it, that's fine for a balancing standpoint or whatever it is. But the fact that it shows numbers go up, numbers go down, I can see where anybody and everybody would be misled. Even myself, at the first, like, chapter or two, I was totally misled by that, and I thought they did. So hopefully people found this video helpful. I hope I helped somebody out. If you already knew about this, then I guess, you know, this video is kind of pointless to you. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, later, guys. Peace out. Have a good one.